And in your camp, have you been watching a lot of film, trying to see what he does well and see what he doesn't do well, stuff like that?
Not too much, to be honest. I've seen a couple of his last fights, and he hasn't been super active. So, you know, there's no point in me watching his fights from 5 years ago, because he could be a completely different fighter. I've seen what I need to see, and to be honest, I let my coaches kind of do it. He's the perfect fighter to train for, in where he's well-rounded. You know, I wouldn't say that he was a grappler or striker. I would say he is an MMA fighter.
He's solid at everything.
He's solid at everything.
Jack
so
of
for
all
me,
trades.
jack of all trades, yeah. So for me, it's just get ready for an MMA guy. And, you know, obviously he's orthodox. That makes life a bit more simple in the gym. So, yeah, you know, it's got everything to make a good fight.
And you fought plenty of times in England, but mostly London. You haven't fought much up north. What is it like being up north? Is it much different as someone who's not in England as often? What is it like? Is it a big difference?
To be honest, it feels the same. You know, I've been going to Costa to get my coffee. You know, everything's normal. Just I haven't got my family here that I usually would be with at home. You know, I'm not walking my dog like I would on a normal day in London. But yeah, you know, you wouldn't notice the difference.
Yeah, so Costa Coffee, that's your go-to?
What's that, sorry?
Costa Coffee's your go-to?
Costa Coffee, yeah. If you're going to sponsor me, I'm doing about £15 a day in there every day. So it adds up. You know, I need to start saving money. I did buy a coffee machine, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. I was watching 2.5 Men, and his cleaner leaves, and his brother makes the coffee from the coffee machine. He goes, yeah, it doesn't taste the same. Bertha just makes it something she does. He said it tastes Christmassy. There's something different about someone making your coffee, I guess, than you making it yourself.
Yeah, for me, usually in the mornings, my dog's looking at me like, let's go. So I'm usually in a rush, so I just quickly swap, you know, pull over, get a coffee, cool. Later on in the day, I might take the wife for one. That's my coffee, her coffee. It adds up, you know. So, yeah, Costa, holler me.
And talk to me about having a dog. That keeps you fit, doesn't it?
Mate, he does keep me fit. He is wired differently, you know. He's a completely different breed to other dogs that I've dealt with in the past, but I knew that when getting him. So, yeah, you know, for me, he's perfect. He comes with me everywhere I go, and, you know, I'm with him 24/7.
And I have a Westie, so it's one walk a day, then he just sleeps around all day. It's kind of like a cat.
Yeah.
That's why I love him, because he's so easy. Talk to me, like, have you had a small dog in your life, or are you always a big dog guy?
We had a staff, so she was medium size, very energetic, but not like my boy now. So yeah, I was used to having a dog, but big dogs, energetic dogs, that's my thing.
I take care of a chocolate lab from time to time. He kills me. He comes in, he just takes my kneecap right out. It's a lot of fun though. And do you feel like Ivar is the name of your dog, right? You think they feel this, like when they see a child, they feel this like need to take care of it. Has Ivar kind of taken to your daughter?
He loves her, mate. Yeah, he loves her. You know, obviously because he's so clumsy and he's so ball obsessed. So anyone that has a ball, he is on them. You know, if there's a guy playing tennis in the park, he will run over for that guy's ball. So when my daughter gets older and she starts having teddies and things, I will have to just make sure that he's not going to run over and try and grab it off her. But mate, he loves her to bits. You know, he's trying to kiss her all the time, which I'm trying to say, don't do that, because, you know, I don't want to get in any sort of infection. Although apparently dogs' tongues are clean, I don't know.
I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, but mate, he loves her. You know, whenever she cries, his ears go up, he runs straight over to her. But, you know, never leave a baby with a dog, so I'm always there.
And talk to me about what's your plan for 2024? You fought in October last year, didn't go your way, and I know you've had some stuff with some mental health. You have your daughter. It's the middle of the year. Are you looking to get a big one here on Saturday night? Fight October, November. Is that kind of your time frame, or?
So I'm not looking past this fight at all. But for me, it is be active. You know, that's the reason I went up a weight. So, you know, the reason why I didn't want to keep fighting at 135 was because it was taking me 12 weeks to lose the weight. I want to be active. You know, I want to fight 3 to 4 times a year. So potentially after this fight, you know, as long as there's no touch wood injuries and everything's good, you can expect to see me quite soon. Obviously, with the daughter and stuff, that does make life a little bit harder now with her health issues that are going on. That's why I've actually been out for the last 9 months. But, you know, everything I'm praying is going to be well.
Let's close out this interview by talking about the weight. How are you feeling? What's your weight at right now on Wednesday night?
So the weight's where it wants to be. I've actually been eating a little bit more than what I normally do. And, yeah, I'm on weight. So it's always going to be a struggle. Even if I said to you, just don't eat for 24 hours, you'll probably by the next day think, oh, come on. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at people's food, thinking I could snatch that. But yeah, compared to the 135 days, this is a walk in the park.
So what does it look like? Because we've seen some fighters, they do it all in the night and then weigh in. But the weigh-ins aren't until 2 p.m., 3 p.m. on Friday. So are you going to sleep on Thursday like normal and cutting the weight in the morning?
Correct, yeah. So usually I would do some the night before and I'd leave a little bit for the morning. Now, because obviously the weigh-ins aren't until 3 p.m. and they're in the hotel, I'm just going to get in the sauna at, let's say, 8 a.m. That gives me 7 hours.
To cut the weight.
If it takes longer than 7 hours, then I'm not making weight.
It's time for a catch weight.
Yeah, it's time for something else. But yeah, I've got plenty of time, so a good night's sleep means tomorrow I don't have to dehydrate myself too crazy. And it should, God willing, be an easy wake up.
So just to close out, final prediction?
My prediction for this fight is going to be me winning via TKO second round.
And if you want to shout out any sponsors, Prospect Academy, that kind of stuff, here's your time.
I want to shout out all of my sponsors: B Brown Tanning, your staff group, Red King Resourcing, Scramble, my team, Great Britain Top Team, the charities I work with, Paul Strength Charitable Trust, Power of One, Jamie Lenny, that's one of my sponsors, and that's it. Check out my businesses, Prospect Academy, which you are a part of, and Prospect Apparel, and I'm going to stop it there.